I have decided to cancel my comeback audition at the end of the month, and I wanted to share with you why I am celebrating this fact, and then I'm going to burn some shit, if the letter will work. There we go. Burn some shit. Oh my goodness. If you have not been on this journey with me so far, I proclaimed publicly to myself and the world that this was about 2.5 months ago, that I was going to go back to auditioning and that I was opening up my vocal studio here in my community and online. And within a week of my doing that, I got full-blown laryngitis, which then produced some vocal problems on my vocal folds, some inflammation. They're not nodes, but it's definitely swollen and is requiring some therapy. So if you don't know me from my life before, I am a professional performer, and I stopped performing when I found nervous system work, and my focus has been on cleaning up my nervous system because I reached a level I couldn't push through. That my nervous system was like, you are compensating and we are done with this compensating thing that you're doing. So I have healed my nervous system to a level that blows my mind. I feel like I can walk out on a stage and feel every bit as lit as I want to, and that feels amazing. And I've been enjoying that so immensely. So I find this physical issue just fascinating. And with the help of one of my vocal coaches, Andrew Byrne, we've been looking at this and going, yes, perhaps there is a psychosomatic component to this. Perhaps when I declare big things, that this was just the first time, it might be, just serendipity, but it's not. There are multiple instances where I've had big gigs or big things and my voice has just shut down. There are definitely vocal issues that I have been compensating through my entire life that I have never managed to get addressed, even with the best teachers I know. And it feels like, this is the celebration piece for me, that this is the time, right? Maybe it's perimenopause, maybe it's God knows what, but I cannot push through these compensation patterns anymore. I have to let them go. And I have to heal this piece of my voice. And I have found someone, Dr. Josh in San Francisco, I'm happy to share his that he can help me with this. I just had my first session with him and it was great. So I know I'm on track, and I know on the other side of this, I am going to sing as freely and easily as I have been dreaming of my whole life, right? Without the compensation. And that comeback audition that I was so excited about can wait, right? I would much rather have the full comeback experience without whatever that pushing pattern was that I have brought so far into this. And I'm just, the universe works in very mysterious ways. And I could push this. I could go out there. I could have the thing I said I was going to do just to prove I could do it. But it is not what I want. And it is not what I feel like I am calling in here. So with that said, I am going to light some sage. And I just want to share what I'm lighting it in. I'm not going to burn my house down. This is a sage burning bowl from my late voice teacher, Richard Nicole. It is one of the things of his I have kept. And there's some sage in here that I don't even know where I got that. Some of it might even be his. And so I have felt him so present from the moment he was a big, just something from him came in and said, it's time to do this. And so I declared it. And, maybe he and I get to finish what we started so many years ago. So I would like to invite you to join me in the ceremony. You don't need to burn anything if you don't have anything to burn there. But I want you to think about, there's so much like cat hair on this. I'm burning a lot of stuff here. I'd like you to think about what you are releasing, what you need to release in order for whatever it is you are bringing in to come in. And, I've been talking a lot about New Year's resolutions just because that's the language we use. I find January a fascinating month. It feels like the month where I get the energy of the transition, right? And I know what it is I want. And then January shows me all the reasons why that's not here yet. What these compensation patterns are. What are these things that I have that need to be released and reworked and repatterned during maybe the course of this next year to really walk me to that energetic, somatic, felt place that I want to live into. So if you know what it is that you are releasing, if you can name it, fantastic. If you can feel it, that's good enough. But I'd like us to bring in those pieces of us that have been working extra hard, right? Harder than they need to prove something or to, just do the thing you believe you're here to do with some level of effort that doesn't need to be there, right? We're going to let go of the effort. And I want you to bring it in and give it the biggest hug possible and thank it, because you know what? I built an entire career off of those compensation patterns. I'm really grateful that they've been there, and it's time for them to go. So I'm going to go ahead and light the sage, and I don't have a ton of practice with this, so if I'm not doing it right, I'm just being metaphorical here. I have sage and some light. So I do know that burning things for me feels very useful in allowing things to clear. So I'm going to go ahead and light this. I'm just going to let it smolder a little. And I'll let it come into my system, smell it, fire up that frontal cortex with a little bit of scent activation there. And then I'm going to bring into my heart these pushing patterns, wherever they came from, wherever they're here. Again, thanking them for all that they've brought. And I'm going to let them name anything they want to name, feel anything I need to feel. That's going to take longer than this video. But since I do talk a lot about the nervous system and these things, I'm going to let my sage go into my beautiful little sage dish here from Richard. And I'm going to add in a little neuro drill to seal this before I walk off into my Friday night and do whatever I need to do to process this. I'm going to have us, again, bring that stuff, whatever it is, that is being revealed as the block or the resistance, the fear, the lack of understanding, the need for more skill development, whatever it is, bring it in. And I want you to put it right in front of you now. And as I put it right in front of me, I'm going to picture it like a ball. Right now it's like a glowing ball. I'm going to let that be there. And then I'm going to exhale all my air out, plug my nose, and try and inhale. And I'm going to let that pressure push out anything inside my nervous system that resonates with that ball. Yeah, anything that needs to go into the ball, I'm going to push it out with this pressure we're going to build in here. So I'm going to, again, just normal inhale, normal exhale. I'm going to plug my nose, and then while it's plugged, I'm going to try and inhale and let that pressure expand out. I'm going to do it one more time. Normal inhale, normal exhale, hold, and try and breathe in. I'm going to do it one more time. Normal inhale, normal exhale, plug, and try and breathe in. Okay. I have also decided I'm going to go to Mexico. I'm going to go on retreat. I'm going to unplug, disappear for a week on my birthday, and just let this all resonate and heal, so that whatever is coming next has room. Thank you for joining me on this journey. I would love to hear about what you're noticing as January does its January thing. If there are goals that need redefining already, things that you thought you wanted that maybe you don't, right? Yeah, share your story. And then come join the Neural Playground, where we talk and have amazing conversations about all this stuff all the time. It's free. Just come join, come play. All right, my friends, blessings. I'll talk to you later. Bye.